In the last video, you have seen the basic model of communication like sender, receiver, and channel. While everything is in respective places, communication will flow smoothly and transactions will be cordial. Only the choice of channel will decide the success. But do you know that sender and the receiver cannot be taken for granted and will not fall in the respective places? They move levels and levels within themselves and unpredictably on the consequent barriers to the communication and relations. We will explore in this video who really speaks when the person is speaking.
To start with, let us take an individual A. We always assumed he is one entity, one personality represented like this. But in reality, there are three levels or three personalities hiding behind him. Now we will divide the personality into three circles, staked one over the other as shown here. We will also name the parts as parent, adult, and child. When A behaves with setting rules, norms, controlling, prescribing, dominating, we say he is operating from his parent level. Such behaviors, thoughts, and feelings are copied from his parental figures and caretakers as he grew. In this role, one always tends to behave or transact with upper hand, controlling others. This parent role is assumed by even a 10-year-old boy when he controls a 5-year baby, instructing him not to do something. Like, don't touch the hot plate, don't run too fast. This behavior is copied by observing his parents' behavior in similar situations and assumes parent role when dealing with his younger siblings. These behaviors will be absorbed, ingrained as a part of personality and always tend to operate on a controlling mode as a life script. Such behaviors are taught concept. Now, the same A, whenever is inquisitive, fun-loving, playful, submissive, timid, surrendering, yielding, allowing to be controlled by others, he is said to operate from child level. Whatever he feels at that moment, without any reason, he behaves that way. Again, this kind of behavior will surface even when you are grown up and ready to give up anything for appeasing others. Such behaviors are felt concept. There is another important part of role called adult, which everyone plays out, about which we will see later in detail. So, these three states can be called as parent, adult, and child. And this is called a PAC diagram of every person. Everyone has this PAC segment irrespective of the age. That is to say, a child has a PAC segment and even an old one has a PAC personality segment. What is important to know is that a person keeps jumping from one level to another when interacting with others and making interpersonal communication and make relationships. You may wonder it is natural and what is wrong with that. The problem is that the other person B in the transaction also comes with the same PAC diagram. And here starts the interpersonal dynamics. Both when they engage in communications, those transactions can be parallel, crossed, or hidden, leading to functional or dysfunctional transactions. Let us assume these two persons, A and B, are sitting in the park. Person A comments, I don't know what will be the fate of these youths. They are not concentrating on studies, always busy with the TV and social media. Then B replies, yes, these younger generations are very playful, non-responsible, etc. In the above example, both of them agree on the behaviors of youth and they are called as parallel or complementary transaction. Since both of them share the same idea or opinion, they are available to take the conversation further. Again, A says, during my student days, I never used to enjoy any entertainment and my focus was only academic. Then B responds, oh yes, we were even so disciplined and respecting others. They are agreeing with each other at every step of the way, and conversations are parallel and complementary to each other. They have no issue to continue the transaction each time and every time. Communication works well for them or is successful when the activated roles are complementary or sympathetic to each other. Now, we will dive into the child roles in both the individuals. Sometimes A, irrespective of age, might enjoy an event. You might say to B that yesterday's cartoon film was so nice and he enjoyed it. B responds, yes, the film has a moral and it is more for elders also to learn. Since both of them prima facie agree on the premises, they are willing to continue however long without any disturbance or bickerings. They will recall many childhood memories and exchange their tantrums and their mischiefs. These transactions are also called parallel or complementary transaction or communication from child to child. Let us see another parallel transaction example between two different levels like parent to child. Now, A is communicating or shouting to his spouse, "It is getting late to my office. Where are my vehicle keys?" Since this is a command, this communication is from parent level of A. Now person B scrambles, searches and hand over the keys. "Yes, here it is. Take it." Person A, from his parent role, demanding the vehicle keys, he is trying to hook the child in the other person for compliance. Person B readily obliges, obediently, like a child to the other authoritative person, and responds to person A's satisfaction. Now look at the diagram. Person A shoots the transaction to the child of the other person to hook him. Person B got hooked and responds as expected and sends the submissive reply. You will observe here also the transactions are parallel and complementary. As long as they are parallel, both the persons are available for the next move and relationship, and the third move will also be pleasant in the same wavelength. We observe when we are parallel with each other without any breakdown, communication passes smoothly. You know how nice it would be. You may wonder, okay, good. Everything is good and progressing and everything is hunky-dory. But unfortunately, world is not parallel or complementary each time, every time. Reality is far from this ideal situation, and dynamics will be very volatile with different combinations of respective parent and child roles of the persons involved. What will happen if the child is not hooked in person B? Imagine if person B chooses to respond from his parent level, hooking the child of the person A. Example would be, instead of obliging with the key, if B responds, "Why are you asking me? It will be there where you left yesterday." Now B is sending a parental message attacking the child of A, abusing him for his indiscipline. This is a classic case of a crossed transaction which is least expected by A. Now, the third move of how person A responds will determine the endearing response or explosive situation. The third move is really in A's control.
Ghosh, we had seen some typical communication problems leading to happy relationships and or breaking it. seen the parallel communication and sword crossing crossed transactions. You may think it just happens in the flow and we are helpless. Is it so? It is not in the control of the people involved. When we say you are holding the reins, who is holding it? The parent or the child in you, or the adult ego state in you? Also, what is the adult personality role in between parent and child in you? What are the characteristics of that role? What further dynamics it brings into the play? Is it a friend or foe? Is it a savior from the breakups? We will see in the next video the secrets and analyze the causes of communication breakdown and how relationships can be saved and repaired. Until then, don't break the watching, subscribing, sharing and commenting. Thanks for watching the video.